Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Twins franchise, episode 73. In recent videos, the Twins have not been playing their best baseball. We've been going through a pretty rough portion of our schedule, playing basically 500 ball or so for around a month. The Twins have not been scoring as many runs as we're used to, and we're having some issues with our pitching staff, especially in the bullpen. The team just isn't clicking right now, and hopefully we do before we lose our first place spot in the AL Central. We're still ahead of Cleveland, but we have a couple more months to play now, a little less than 2 actually. And we're going to jump into a matchup today against the Twins and the Rays. I wanted to see our ace Dallas Kuechel back on the mound today. It just felt like a good opportunity for us to kind of get things back on track. Kuechel is 13-5 this year. He was an all-star. Maybe he could get close to 20 victories this season. Here's Kuechel in the first inning against Matt Duffy with a grounder to Josh Harrison. Play made at second, return throw not in time, a fielder's choice. And facing number 4 batter Corey Dickerson, a base hit up the middle. I was surprised the Rays came out with 3 lefties in their top 4 against Kuechel, but 2 of them reached. But the 0-2 to Longoria, that's lifted high in the air to center field. Buxton makes the catch. Nothing here in the first inning, a good change of pace from our recent episodes. In this matchup, the Twins faced Blake Snell, whose year hasn't been all that great. He does get a lot of strikeouts, but he also has a 1.7 whip. And we get off to a good start with the lefty Charlie Blackmon reaching. Then Josh Harrison throws his bat into the crowd. This makes it about, I don't know, 7 rows deep or so. Gets a new piece of lumber and sends another ball into the gap. Down for a base hit. Blackmon around second. He's on to third base. Twins quickly get themselves a scoring threat. Recently, Paul Goldschmidt's had a cold streak, but he tries to work himself out of it with a hit to right. Brad Miller struggles to pick it up quickly, so Harrison gets the extra base as a result. 2 on, still for Minnesota, another hit the other way, the 4th of its kind in just the first inning. 2-0 Twins. Still nobody down as Sano hits one hard off of Snell. It's picked up and Sano is retired, just the first out for the Twins. With 2 still in scoring position, grounded up the middle, Rosario brings home another. 3-0 Minnesota. Are they done? Yunel Escobar, breaking ball, back up the middle, a hit, and the Twins make it 4-0. We haven't had a game like this in a while. This really felt good. First inning still, Byron Buxton strikes out to end the inning, but the Twins make it through the first 8 batters and get 4 runs. So a nice lead for Dallas Kuechel into the second inning as he paints the corner and throws the cutter upstairs. Robertson comes up empty. This Rays lineup, by the way, they had 2 batters hitting .284, but overall a really underperforming offense, and they're 10 games below 500. In the second inning, Snell trying to get through it cleanly, but Josh Harrison battles back to get a 2-out single. Next up, Paul Goldschmidt. A blast out to center, that ball is gone, and it's 2-0 Twins. We open things up here in a hurry, 455 feet from Goldie. Now he came in with the only cold streak in our starting lineup. How about that to hopefully get out of it for good? In the third inning, there's that slider from Dallas Kuechel and the changeup on the inside. Keichel's still right around 7 or 8 K per 9 this season. He doesn't need strikeouts to get all his production though. Here's a grounder to the right side. Good quick throw by Harrison, and the return is in time. The Twins keep playing good defense, and we go bottom 3. Hoping for some more runs. Miguel Sano gets a breaking ball, and that's going into the right field corner. It stalls right at the wall as Sano easily gets into second standing. Next, Yunel Escobar. Full count, and he's going the other way as well. That's an early trend in this game. It falls in. Sano had to wait for it, so he could not come around. Runners at the corners for Jason Castro as Snell does find the inside corner. 2-2. Late on the fastball, strike 3 on Jason Castro, who is starting for Mitch Garver, who was hurt at the end of last episode. A 0 on the board at last for Blake Snell, and for Dallas Kuechel, he's going to get the 4th in 4 innings. 6-0 Twins as we go bottom 4. Already a 68 pitch count for Snell, and it just didn't get much better for him. He might have thrown a 0 on the board, but we kept getting base runners, and his day was done very premature. Johnny Venters comes into the game, a 4.03 ERA, hoping to clean things up for Tampa Bay, and his first pitch is in the dirt, and that allows the runner to move up. The 2-1 to Harrison, drill down the line, it's fair. Blackman rounds third, another run for Minnesota. What a fun offensive game for the Twins, 7-0. Goldschmidt's back out there, drilled to center, third hit of the ball game. How about Nelson Cruz, 3-1 low, and he walks to load the bases for Miguel Sano. Still nobody down, 2-2. Sano hard to third base, good stop, but Sano's going to reach. An infield hit makes it 8-0. Then Eddie Rosario, a little bouncer. He won't get the RBI for this, but it does bring home the 9th run for the Twins. It's the most lopsided game we've played in quite some time, especially with Dallas Kuechel owning this lineup. There's the changeup, making it a 2-strike count, and then he throws a slider up high, and Gillespie goes down looking. Bottom 5 for Minnesota. Here's Byron Buxton. Even he's going to get into the fun today with a base hit. Buxton batted 8th in this matchup. He came into the game hitting .206. Unfortunately, the Twins can't bring him home to make it 10 runs. On to the 6th inning. Rays with 4 hits to this point. And the batter, Kevin Kiermaier. That's going out to right toward the high wall. And that is off the wall. Bounces back toward the field of play. And that's a triple for the speedy Kiermaier. So the biggest hit of the day for Tampa. And they follow it up with the run-scoring grounder that they're able to reach on. That's Brad Miller hustling out the infield hits. 9-1. Then Matt Duffy over short into the outfield. Suddenly something there for Tampa Bay, but still down 8. With 2 aboard and nobody down. 2-2. That ball is going up the middle, sneaking through. Buxton comes up throwing, and they're not going to have a chance to make the play. 9-2. Still nobody out. Here's Evan Longoria with a drive out to center field. Back goes Byron Buxton, and he brings it back, robbing Longoria of a 3-run homer. The defensive play of the day is made by Byron Buxton. There aren't many defensive center fielders better than him. What a play. It was almost 9-5, but Buxton halts the comeback. Kuechel with 1 away gets a sharp grounder. Sano gets it over to second base. They can't turn 2, so the Rays add 1 more. 9-3. And here is a strikeout for Kuechel. As his day ends, he still keeps his quality starts. I thought maybe he'd just go the distance in this game, but that 6th inning was rough. We turn things over to the young Tyler J in the 7th inning, and there's a big breaking ball to get Espinoza. And a 2-2 to Miller. That's pulled down the line off the wall. Blackman can't return it to the infield very quickly, so Miller ends up with a 2-out double. Rays trying to tack on 1 more as they get a fly ball out to center. An easier play this time for Byron Buxton. Jay has pretty good stamina. He would be a good long relief pitcher after some more development, so we keep him in for 2 innings. And there's another strikeout, that time with the slider. We go to the 9th inning, and it's Buddy Boshear's turn, and every time we put him in the game, it seems something goes wrong. Solo home run for Danny Espinoza, the number 9 hitter who came in batting .220. 9-4 Twins. We do win with that score, but I just can't get over Boshear's inability to get these 1, 2, 3 innings for me. Still an awesome win for the Twins. Not only great to get this victory, but to get it in this fashion. This is how I want to see us play a lot more often. We can get our home runs. We have a great lineup that can both hit for contact and power and steal bases at the same time. So you just want to see this version of the Twins show up more often. We've had very few games scoring more than 4 runs lately. We're going to get into one more abbreviated game here. Twins and Blue Jays, two of the best teams in the American League this season, and the Blue Jays have, on paper right now, the best pitching staff in all of baseball. Facing Marcus Stroman here on the road. 3-1 becomes 3-2. Stroman with the curveball battles back from a 3-0 count to get Goldschmidt looking. In this matchup, we had Mike Foltynewicz on the mound, and he hasn't had a lot of great starts with us, but he's had a couple pretty good ones. Here, trying to get off to a good start. How about a strikeout, getting the fastball way inside to end his first frame with no runs allowed this time. In the second inning, here is Miguel Sano with another filthy curveball from Stroman. He tries to go outside again, but Sano takes it the other way into right field for a hit. Next up, Daniel Palka gets the start in this game as he can't touch the fastball. He goes down swinging. Then you have Zach Granite also making the start today, flying into shallow left field. No problem there. We go bottom two with Foltynewicz on the mound. Here's Jose Bautista with a high fly into left field. No problem there for Granite. Foltynewicz with two away. Marwin Gonzalez, the batter, with a sharp single the other way. The first hit for the Blue Jays. The very next pitch is drilled into center. Another hit for Toronto. And they have two aboard with two away. The batter now, Tulowitzki. There's a fastball on the inside. 2-2. Foltynewicz gets the pop-up. So both pitchers have a pretty solid start to the day, not allowing any runs in their first two frames. We head to the fourth now, simming along as Miguel Sano crushes a two-run homer. And in the bottom of the frame, Chris Coghlan homers for Toronto. And two batters later, Troy Tulowitzki crushes another one, making it 3-2. We'll jump ahead in this game now to the sixth inning. Runner on here for Miguel Sano, and Stroman still going strong. A bouncer back to him and a good play to first base. Runner at second base now for Nelson Cruz. Working the count full, and Stroman loses him with an easy take low. Two aboard for Daniel Palka. 1-1, waving low. Stroman works the count even and heads inside with the slider. Another filthy pitch and another strikeout. Still 3-2 Toronto, with every run coming off a homer to this point. Foltynewicz was still in the game. He had a pretty good outing all around. As this ball gets lifted out to left field, not too much trouble out there. Just trying to get through the sixth frame. Here's the first pitch to Tulowitzki, who homered earlier. Sano makes the backhanded play and the throw in time. So the Twins keep it a one-run game, trying to close that gap. Here's Jason Castro. First pitch on the outside. Now, Toronto went to their bullpen here in the seventh, and their bullpen numbers are even better than their starters. And you see why here early on with that strikeout. We turn to our bullpen. Here's Kevin Quackenbush coming out. His ERA has really dropped since joining the Twins. There is a pretty good splitter and a knuckle curve that he left up, but thankfully still gets the strikeout on. We head into the eighth now with Minnesota. Josh Harrison up the middle. That will get through. A man on now for Paul Goldschmidt. Here's the 0-1. It's inside, grounded to short. Good play for the Blue Jays. They do turn two. Twins running out of outs in this one as we go bottom eight. Jeremy Jeffress trying to keep it just a one-run game. Here is a knuckle curve too low, and Jeffress opens up his day with a quick 5-pitch walk. What's he do to Jose Bautista? Well, he walks him as well. So the Twins in a bit of trouble here. Jeffress off to a tough start. Kevin Pillar grounded left side. Twins get two. Maybe potential there for a triple play, but the runner stopped ahead of Sano. And with a runner at third base, there's a quick strikeout on Marwin Gonzalez. So the Twins just need one, but that one has to be against closer Aaron Loup. 34 saves this season, just an outstanding stat line. Here is Miguel Sano. 1-1, ripped to third base, diving play is made. The throw in time, one away. Next up, Nelson Cruz. Slider on the outside, untouchable. 1-2, outside, and Cruz waves. Strike three. Twins down to their final out against the best closer in the major leagues this season. Daniel Palka waves at a fastball right down the middle, and the 1-1 popped up in foul territory. This will not reach the seats, and the game is over. Blue Jays win. Now we have one more series against the Blue Jays later in September, and they're a team that if we make the playoffs, we'll likely see at some point if we want to go to the World Series. So there's a bit of a playoff preview, hopefully. The Twins still haven't gone on a long winning streak or really turned things around in a major way. We had our big victory today, but then we still lose this series to the Toronto Blue Jays, and we come back and split the first two here with Cleveland. Suddenly, there's only a half-game difference between the two teams, and that's where we're going to pick things up next episode. The next game is for temporary first place in the AL Central. I'm getting a little nervous right now with how the team is playing and how much closer things are getting. We don't have a big lead, and if we fall behind Cleveland, suddenly you're in wildcard territory, and even if you're in a good spot for that, we've been like on top of this division all year, so it's not going to feel good just losing ground like that, and then knowing that if we have one bad game in the postseason, then all of this was, for nothing almost. So it's definitely tough for this team right now. Here was one of our losses against Toronto. We put some more runs on the board, but they scored 9 in the first, or 8 in the first 4 innings. In this other loss against Toronto, they get after Lance Lynn pretty well. So Yadier Alvarez isn't playing his best baseball recently. He's going to be on the mound in our next matchup, and it's important that we get our starting rotation a bit more under control now the rest of the way, as we only have like 5-6 weeks until the regular season is over. We want our season to keep going for a while. So a very big game next episode against Corey Kluber and the Cleveland Indians. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video, especially the first 9 minutes or so with that game against Tampa. That was a really fun game. But we have a lot of work to do now in the rest of this season to make sure we're in a good spot for the playoffs. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day.